So welcome everybody. I'm going to talk about the Wood Technology Center, and specifically the 5-quarter AAS programs that we offer there. We teach carpentry, primarily residential carpentry, boat building and repair, and cabinetry and architectural woodworking, which is right now on a bit of a teach down. I'm still going to talk about it, but what I want to do is just talk a little bit about what we've done, what we do at the Wood Tech Center, and then talk about each one of the programs a little bit, and then talk about enrolling, application, types of jobs, et cetera. And at any point, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. So the Wood Technology Center, we've been teaching for over 80 years. We've got the oldest carpentry program in the state. We've got the oldest boat building program. They've been around for 70 or 80 years. We've been in the central area since the 50s. And in 2012, we opened a brand new $24 million state-of-the-art wood technology center. So we are part of Seattle Central College. So if you enroll and you graduate, you'll graduate as a Seattle Central College student. We offer exceptional programs taught by master faculty with a deep commitment to excellence in teaching and the building trades. So our programs are full-time. Right now they're day, and you would earn an Associate of Applied Science degree in either carpentry, boat building and repair, or cabinet making and architectural woodworking. And the entry requirements, Seattle Central is an open access public institution. So entry requirements are either a high school diploma or GED equivalent. And we do accept Running Start students. So those are our entry requirements for the program. There's no requirement to have any construction background in anything, though we certainly have students who have some construction background, or some have a lot and want to come back and learn formally, but we have a lot of students who have no experience whatsoever. So the 3 5-quarter AAS degree programs that we offer, again, are carpentry. That's what I teach, boat building and repair, and cabinetry and architectural woodworking. And what I thought I'd do is just spend a couple of slides just mainly showing pictures of what we build, what you learn to build when you come to Wood Tech. We're located in the central area, 2310 South Lane. So we're just south of Jackson on 23rd. And when you come and enroll in one of the 3 AAS programs, everybody starts in Introduction to Professional Woodworking, which we call CORE. So whether you're going to be a boat builder, or you're going to be a cabinet maker, or you're going to be a carpenter, everybody spends their first quarter together in CORE. And this is like our boot camp. We take you from 0 to 100. It's almost all hands-on. You go through a series of projects that get increasingly more complex. You learn hand tools, power tools, stationary power tools. You learn ladder and fall protection and safety. You also learn tool setup and maintenance. And our philosophy is you hear about it, you see it, and then you immediately go do it. So here we have some pictures of students working on projects. Dave Borgatti here is the core instructor. He's been teaching for about 30 years. He's a master craftsman. And when we learn fall protection, everybody gets in a harness and gets hoisted up, including the instructor. So you get a sense of what it's actually like to be in a harness. So again, when you come to Wood Tech, the first quarter you'll spend in Intro to Professional Woodworking, otherwise known as CORE. And here you develop strong friendships with your cohort that oftentimes remain for years and years and years. I was the first woman to graduate from the boat building program in 1991. There had been some women before me, and I still am in touch with some of my core classmates, and I bump into them in shops all over the region. So this is the first cohort, and after that, for your second through your 5th quarters, that's when you start to specialize. So carpenters would come to me in the carpentry shop. Boat builders would go to Sam Lair, who's our boat building and repair instructor. Cabinet makers, architectural woodworkers would go see John Harvey in the cabinet shop. And so in boat building and repair, and there's Sam right there. He's of the 2 men with beards, he's the one in the back in the tan coat. It's a combination of wood, boat building, and fiberglass You learn some basic electrical and some basic mechanical. So here are some photos from student projects in the wood shop. And then here are some students working on fiberglass boats and trimming them out with wood in the fiberglass shop. So you get a very broad exposure to various aspects of boat building and repair, in addition to developing some very technical woodworking and fiberglass skills. In carpentry, we have a combination, our curriculum, we have 4 different curricula. We have building site layout and foundations and concrete. We have framing from floors, walls, roofs, complex roofs and stairs. We have an interior exterior finish where you learn drywall on the inside and trim, windows and doors, base crown, chair rail, exterior siding, roofing, and then we have a remodel quarter that kind of puts it all together. And so we have a combination of shop skill building projects that each student does individually so that we make sure everybody learns skills. And then we always have some kind of big project going out in the yard that's a big class project. And the most recent project that we just completed before the pandemic was a net zero energy passive house, which is an extremely energy efficient house. It was designed to be transported. This was some really kind of cutting edge engineering and materials. We did just about everything on this, minus the commercial roofing on the top. My cabinet students built the kitchen and installed the kitchen. We framed the deck. We engineered the cribbing because a truck had to drive underneath it. We built everything. We installed the doors and windows. We installed this siding, which is called shushugiban, which is a Japanese yew that gets torched. So the top gets burned, and it's been used in Japan for hundreds of years, and it's catching on here. So our students got to use some really technical materials, and they had to do a whole lot of engineering. And I included these because we had to engineer the cribbing so this truck could drive underneath it and scoop it up off the cribbing. And here's an image of the interior finish. We hung the drywall. Again, we installed the floor. This was a fantastic project, and the students just hit it out of the park. So it was really great. About 15 years ago, our program built the first passive house in the Northwest, which kind of put our program on the map, and we worked with the same architect on this project. Our cabinet making and architectural woodworking program up until this year has been our marquee program. Ever since I was a student, this program had a 2-year wait list. We have a world-class multi-million-dollar shop. It's currently in a teach down, which means that the school has decided not to enroll new students. We're hoping that's only temporary. But here are some pictures of student work. And these students had never done any kind of woodworking before they came to the program. And in 5 quarters, we're building museum quality wood. Our students win national awards against many private design schools. The technical training here is really pretty incredible. And we have contractors calling for all of our students all the time. And the cabinetry and architectural woodworking students were often really highly sought after because of this really high level of technical skill. And we take building incredibly seriously, but we also take playing really pretty seriously as well. And so there's a tradition at the end of every quarter that the core class hosts a barbecue, and we specifically designed an area on this new campus for our barbecues. There's John Harvey, our cabinet instructor. He's the grill master right here. And we host a barbecue and the infamous core competition, where the core class comes up with some kind of building game and challenges the other programs to some kind of competition. So here we're just seeing some images of an end of quarter barbecue and core competition, which have become legendary. Sometimes when the boat building class builds a boat, they just have to go test it out. So here we have some boat builders down at the lake, down at the Center for Wooden Boats, testing out some boats. Again, just a few more photos. Here are the carpenters. It was sawhorse jousting, and my carpentry students built this incredibly artistic dragon. And there's Joe and Tarek, and I love it. Here's our new crest. It's a carp and an ant and a tree. Anyway, our students' creativity just continually astounds me, both when they're taking woodworking very seriously. And let me say that the core competition is actually really pretty serious as well. And then we also work a lot in the community. So we've been in the central area for a long time. We work with a lot of central area organizations. We built the entire kitchen and office suite for St. Mary's Food Bank, which is around the corner from us. We built some of the early prototypes of the Lehigh tiny houses, and one of my CAD students actually did all of the CAD drawings for the plan set that's now sent out around the country. We worked on a project for the opening of light rail. We've built kiosk and displays for the Northwest African American Museum. We had a student here. The Burke Museum was donated parts of a canoe from the Green River. It was a muckleshoot canoe, and they digitized it and sent it to us. And our student here took that digital model and made a cradle, a custom cradle for it on our CNC machine, which was just incredible. And the first time anybody saw this canoe back together was when it was in this cradle that our students made. So we have some really, really, really interesting opportunities to help out the community around us. And I'd like to show just a little, just a pretty short video. We partnered with Sound Transit when the Capitol Hill light rail station opened up. They asked us if we could help cut stars that they can give out on opening day out of the red wall. If anybody was up on Capitol Hill, right across from main campus, there was a red painted plywood wall for a couple of years during construction, and then it became an art installation. And so when the red wall came down, Sound Transit wanted to do something with that they could give back to the community. And so they asked us if we could help.
Do you love being outside, but hate the plastic?
And now it's finally coming to fruition. Not only will people have this small memento of the red wall that they get to take home, but also now they get to go to the station and enjoy the permanent artwork that's there.
I thought it was pretty awesome. It became part of the community for a long time. It's weird how much time I spent in that area, and it's really ingrained in my childhood now. And it's going to be nice to be able to have a little keepsake.
And our students in 5 quarters.
Or gallery view feature, depending on your preference. To start the evening, we want to give you a little overview of what this event will look like. We'll start off with welcome remarks from Dr. Sheila Edwards-Lang, our Seattle Central College president.
Hang on, sorry, folks.
To be followed by a keynote address from Keely.
There we go. Sorry about that. So students who enroll in our 5-quarter programs graduate with an AA degree, an Associate's in Applied Science degree in carpentry, cabinet making, or boat building and repair. Many of our students are the first in their family to earn a college degree. Here is just a snapshot of a bunch of carpentry students who are graduating. They get in gowns. A bunch of faculty show up in our gowns as well to celebrate them. So in addition to learning incredible building skills and technical skills, you can earn a college degree in as little as 5 quarters. Anybody have any questions to this point? Please, please, please just unmute yourself and ask. Okay.
So I just had a question. I know again, you said something about the cabinetry and architectural woodworking. It's they're not accepting any kind of students right now, or?
No, it's been pretty surprising. It's our marquee program. It's got a 2 or 3 year wait list. Our students are in high demand. There's a huge need, and the lead instructor is retiring, and the school has decided to not replace his position. at this time. So he's currently teaching down. The students who are there. We're hoping that they'll decide to hire somebody and continue the program, because it really is, it's a world-class program. People come from all over the country to take it. The skills that you learn there are really remarkable. And the fact that you can learn these skills at an open access public institution where you can also earn a degree, it doesn't exist anywhere else. So at least for now, it's on hold.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Anybody else? So let me talk a little bit about what the day looks like, or what the week looks like. So our training is Monday to Thursday from 8:30 to 3:15. So it's a fairly full-time program. A lot of our students will work after school or Fridays or weekends, but you're expected to be in class from 8:30 to 3:15. Everybody starts out in core, Introduction to Professional Woodworking. And then after that, you spend 4 quarters in your specialty. And it's expected that you take the quarters consecutively. And this is mostly for safety, that, working with tools requires focus and practice. And if you're away from the program for too long, we're worried that you've forgotten some safety stuff. Then, in addition to the shop-based full-time classes, there are 4 related instruction classes that are each 3 credits. And one is a CAD program, a CAD class, computer-aided drafting and design, and we teach Vectorworks, and I'm the CAD instructor. There's a construction math program. There's an English 105, which is really tailored towards writing estimates and writing a cover letter and writing a resume and a job application. Like, it's really tailored to the trades, as is the construction math. And then there's also a psychology class, and the classes are specifically designed for building trades. So we try to tailor them as much as possible. So in addition to the 5 quarters from 8:30 to 3:15, these 4 additional classes are the credit requirements for the AAS degree. We enroll students fall, winter, spring, and a lot of times in core for the summer as well. And so we have rolling admission, and then whenever you jump in, whenever you go through core, then you come to your specialty the next quarter. So for instance, in my in my carpentry shop, I have students who are in their 2nd quarter who just came from core, and I have students who are in their 5th quarter getting ready to go to work, and everybody learns together, and it's really wonderful. So there may be students, if you're a new student, who have more experience than you, but the curriculum is new for everybody. Then here are some questions that the Discover Seattle folks wanted us to ask or answer. But maybe before I get to answering these, do you folks have any questions? Okay, let me answer these then. So in carpentry, I'll say 4th or 5th quarter students can leave 1 or 2 afternoons a week and go to work and get credit for it. There's some writing required and some presentation required. But other than that, there typically aren't internships available. You're on campus full-time learning, and then you end up going into the workforce either summers or weekends, or when you've graduated. And this is mostly because of liability insurance. It's very difficult for companies to have volunteers on site and have them be covered by their liability insurance. Then what are the jobs associated with this program? We have students do anything in the world they want to do. We teach not only building skills, but problem solving and critical thinking. We have students who go into residential carpentry and boat building and repair and cabinetry or fine furniture making. We have students who go into pattern making. We have students who go into project management. We have students who, the sky's the limit. We teach you how to figure out stuff, right? And you can take those skills. Some students will go into digital fabrication, into CNC or digital printing. It's really pretty incredible. So, I mean, technically I'm training carpenters to go be carpenters, and boat building and repairs training boat builders, but we're really teaching people to think and to build and to solve problems. And those skills can take you anywhere. Our average wages for a local area, at least my carpentry students start out around 25 bucks an hour. And after a couple of years, you're in the high 30s, low 40s with full-time work. There's currently just on Craigslist alone, there's ads for over 170 lead carpenters required. Companies are desperate for highly trained workers. The boat building and repair, the marine industry, for every 5 people retiring, and the average age is like 58 or 59, like the entire workforce is about to retire, only one person is coming in behind them. So companies are panicked, they're desperate. This is a fantastic time to be training to go into the trades. And most of our students, after 5 quarters of training, within the first 6 months of being on the job, are in leadership positions. Some of our students will start their own companies. We typically encourage them to go work for others first, unless you have a strong business background, because running a business is a completely separate skill set from building. But we do have a bunch of students, and many of the top companies in this area are owned by former students. And if you go into just about every company in the region, at least somebody there has been through our program. So we have a great network in terms of job placement. Then a typical schedule, Monday to Thursday, 8:30 to 3:15, and students often balance work with school. Students are required to purchase tools. There's a required tool list for core, and then each program has an additional tool list. This would be comparable to textbooks that you would buy for an academic program. Our students have been very successful in terms of scholarships and financial aid. We have a lot of BFET students who come through our program. Our scholarship has been really great, and there are a bunch of industry scholarships that are readily available for students, and we provide a fair amount of support for students who need some help applying for those. So there's money out there. So again, lots of our students rely on some kind of funding. We have, at least right now, I've got about 35% veterans, and so we have a lot of students who are going to school using a veterans benefit. So yeah, we do have some equipment and material costs, but there's also a lot of funding available to help students with those costs if they need it. All right, what type of faculty are teaching in this program? So all of us have been building and teaching for 20 or 30 years. So I've been a contractor since the early 90s. I've been teaching since 1998, and I'm the new kid on the block. We probably have 200 years of building and teaching experience amongst the faculty right now. So we have incredible depth in both teaching and in building. All of us have come from industry. So we have faculty who are really connected to industry, and we're able to teach both traditional building techniques, and part of our job, I think, being at a school is kind of being on the cutting edge of sustainability or new techniques. So we're constantly staying current with what industry wants. We've got a very active technical advisory committee that comprises industry, and so we're making sure that what we're teaching is what our industries need right now. So it's a constantly evolving curriculum. If you're interested more, give us a call. Send us an email. Go check out our website. In fact, let me do that right now for anybody as well. For Wood Tech, you can read a little bit about the instructors and what we've done. You can reach out to us. You can read more about our programs. We tend to deal with, because most of our programs have wait lists, we do our registration in-house. So you contact Wood Tech. Back when we're allowed to give tours, which hopefully we'll be able to do soon, because of quarantine, we haven't been able to do that. We give you a tour. You get to see the shops. You get to talk with us and meet us, the faculty. You get to meet some of the students and see what they're working on. And then we help you fill out registration at Wood Tech, and then the registration gets sent up to main campus. So we try and take care of you as much as we can on our campus. Well, folks, that's all I have. if anybody has any questions, please, please, please let me know. Just unmute yourself or send a chat.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on the list for the cabinet making, and I was wondering, like, how would you follow to see what's going on with that, if it's going to get canceled and also, like, should I do carpentry instead if that does get canceled? Is it similar or?
So I would love to have you come to carpentry. So everybody is welcome to come to carpentry. Everybody is welcome to come to boat building and repair. The cabinet program is exclusively shop based. So it's a very linear curriculum in the sense that you start with building jigs, you build a router table, and then you progress through a series of projects in order, and then you get to design and build a capstone project. Whereas the cabinet program, we teach a much broader curriculum because we kind of have to. So we do some shop-based work, we do some cabinetry, we do cabinet installation, but we're also working with concrete, and we're working with drywall, and we're doing framing, and we're working with roofing. So you're outside, we've got a yard, so you're out doing more different types of things that's not all shop-based. Boat building and repair is a little bit of both. There's a little bit more woodworking, but you're also working with diesel and DC electric, and you're working with fiberglass and epoxies, etc. So it's not exclusively woodworking, whereas the cabinet program really was really intensive, high level woodworking. So my suggestion is come check out both the other programs and see if something might be of interest. And, you know, I'm happy to talk with you more. Sam Lair, who's the boat building and repair instructor, is fantastic. He's really personable as well. If you're interested in talking about his program as well, you could reach out to him, send him an email. I'm sure he'd be happy to talk with you as well.
Okay, thank you. Also, do you need to get on a list for the carpentry course, or does that fill up?
Yeah, you know, it depends on the quarter. My suggestion is if you are interested, absolutely call Wood Tech or send Wood Tech an email and let them know you're interested in carpentry and get your name on place. You know, you'll enroll in Central, you'll have to get a student number, but absolutely. And we start calling students as soon as we know how many students we need. And so usually the carpentry waitlist isn't too long. There was, you know, it really depends. And with the pandemic, we've had to really restrict our enrollment. But we're anticipating in fall and winter to be able to open it up to more students again. So I'm anticipating there being much more room for folks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure thing.